All right, hey guys, today on the Art of Plating, we're gonna go south of the border. We're gonna make a few dishes for you for your summertime bash. We're gonna make a lightly blackened salmon with a succotash that has some poblano, some corn, snap peas, a little cilantro, and then a lime crema to kind of cool everything off. And then we're gonna make a churros bread pudding. All right, we're gonna take your favorite street food and bring it indoors, make it very accessible for you. Serve it with a little hazelnuts, chocolate ganache, cinnamon on the top. It's gonna be great. Check it out. All right, so today we're gonna make a lightly blackened salmon with a succotash. We're gonna take it in a little different direction as you would classically see a succotash. Take it a little south of the border. So in that case, we're going to add some corn, as you would mostly see with a succotash, some poblano, some snap peas, and then we're gonna make a little lime crema sauce to go with it. It'll be great. All right. First, we're going to start the salmon. So we have nice, beautiful Atlantic salmon here. We're gonna take the skin off. We wanted to show you how to do that, super easy. Some people love skin, some people not so much. So we're just basically gonna come in, cut a little piece. We're gonna make a handle for ourselves. All right, so we've skinned it here, and now we need to add our blackening seasoning. So we just have, it's pretty mild. It's already hot enough outside. We didn't want to add to that and add any cayenne or anything like that. So we have the heat in the form of our hot paprika, some cumin chili powder, a little ancho chili powder, and we're just going to give that a nice mix. Incorporate everything so everything is nice and happy. All right, smells great already. And we're just gonna add that to our salmon here. I'm just gonna sprinkle it on top. Well incorporated here. Sprinkling it from high above so it evenly coats the product. All right, top and bottom, there we go, lightly blackened salmon. Let's go into the pot here, high heat, a little olive oil. All right, now we're going to place our seasoned salmon into the pan. Hear that nice sizzle, that's how you know you're doing it right. Cooking is all about using your senses, right? So we're using our sight, our sound, our ears more than anything. I would say we use our ears second to our tongue and tasting everything. So very important. Listen to it. You want to hear that sizzle. If you hear popping, it means it's a little bit hot. Turn it down a little bit. So we wanted the pan super hot when we first throw the fish in there. So that's gonna help get that nice blackening, sear it really well. So now we're gonna turn the heat back just a little bit. And over here, we're gonna start our succotash while that's going. So we have just a poblano here, a little bit of heat, very mild. It's not even in the same category as a jalapeno or anything like that. So don't worry, it's not gonna blow out your senses here, kid friendly. And we are gonna take out the seeds. There we go. And we're gonna smash it, make it a little easier to work with. Skin side down. And just come in and make nice long strips. There we go. All right, so now we have all of our strips. We're gonna do all of one thing at one time. And then the next process all at one time as well. There we go. How easy was that? Into the pan we go. A little olive oil. Got our snap peas here. The rest of the poblano as well. All right. Remember, we're always working clean here. If you work clean, you make nice food. Can't do some, nice plated food without a nice workstation. Got some corn here, just coming into season. Love corn when it's available organic. Love to use it. So we just cut the cob in half. We'll stand it up on end, take off all of our sides here. All right, there you go, into the party. Let's see how our salmon is doing. All right, you guys ready for this? All right, look at that. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna show you a little chef tip here. We've got the corn cob, right? We've sliced off all the kernels, but there's tons of flavor still in there. So we're gonna take the back of the knife and scrape down all that corn milk out of the cob. That's that super concentrated flavor. We want it in the party, in the dish. And then we're gonna add a little pat of butter into this next. All right, a little salt in there. And let me grab the butter. There we go. Just one pat, keep it healthy, keep it flavorful. All right, see how easy this dish is coming together? All right, let's make our lime crema. So lime crema, we're just gonna use a little bit of lime zest, lime juice, a little crema here, and that's gonna be the sauce for the salmon. It's gonna brighten it up a little bit, right? We've got these nice, deep, rich, little spicy notes with the poblano, the smoky hot paprika, so we need to cool that off a bit. And, all right. So to zest, we're gonna keep the microplane on top. All right, so now we can see what we're doing. We can see how deep we're going and exactly how much of the zest we're getting without wasting any. How easy is that? Nice microplane, you can get them anywhere nowadays. Amazon, you could get it at your local cook store. Most grocery stores, I feel like, carry them as well. Pretty accessible. These are great for some Parmesan on top of a pasta. You'll see in a few episodes we're gonna make a pasta aglio e olio, which is just pasta, some garlic, Parmesan, super simple, super delicious, very classic dish there. These are great if you wanna make, say you're making something, you want a touch of garlic in there, but you don't want a big piece. You take the garlic, you microplane it over the top so you get that flavor, but not the big pieces in there. Same thing with ginger, anything else. All right. And then you just take it, tamp it over. All right, let's check the salmon. Let's see how we are doing here. Looking good, we're almost there. All right, let's get our plates ready to go. All right, we're gonna serve this with our succotash. We're making the lime crema. We're gonna add in some fresh cilantro. We'll slice off some radishes, have that ready to go. We'll show you that coming up next. Stay tuned. All right guys, welcome back. So we're finishing up the lime crema here. We pulled off our salmon. We have the succotash just hanging out, ready to go. All right, we're gonna finish this up with the zest. Get every bit. We paid for it. We want it all in the dish. All right. And the juice as well. Sometimes these limes are tough. Gotta show them who's boss. So we'll just get a fork. There we go. We're gonna call that good. We're gonna use the rest to squeeze right on top of the fish. See what happens. All right, a little salt here. A little more salt in the succotash. We're just gonna mix it up. How easy is that? And that is our lime crema, ready to go. All right, let's get to plating. What do you think? Let's go with our succotash into the bowl, have it ready. All right, we just need to taste it, adjust the seasonings if we need to. Man, all right, that's good. We're gonna add a little bit more salt and a little bit of our lime here. We just want those bright acidic flavors kind of counteracting the richness of the crema and the salmon. We're gonna call that good. And then we're gonna garnish also with some radish, just for color, a little bit of a bite as well. All right, so we have a mandolin here. This is gonna do a lot of the precise slicing that we need it to. We'll just take the ends off, so we don't want those. We want super thin pieces here, almost translucent. Be careful with your fingers. These things are not forgiving at all. There we go. So we have these nice pieces we can see through, literally. Those are gonna look nice on the dish. And once you get to here, eat it, set it aside, compost it, throw it in a stock bucket, whatever you do. Don't get your fingers. You love them. They love you back. They do all the hard work. All right, we're gonna mix in a bit of it into our succotash. Give it a little color, a little texture there, a little freshness. Everything's cooked. That raw radish is gonna go really well, and it's going to make it pop. And so here we go. We're just gonna pour some out into the dish. We're gonna plate two for you today, a few different ways. All right, this one, we're gonna start with the lime crema as a base. So we're talking about plating techniques here. So we wanna keep everything super tight. We're gonna go with kind of a circular motion for this plate anyways. And spoon some of the succotash right on top so that whenever your guest gets a bite, they get a bite of everything. We've built it for them there. When they go in with a spoon, they'll get some of the crema, succotash, salmon, come back for more. All right, that's it, just a little bit. Want to make sure that crema is still showing. Less is more, always. Not always easy to remember that though, so. All right. Got our trusty fish spatula here, nice and flexible. I'm gonna go in with our larger piece of fish on top. This could almost be like a family style plating, right? If you had a few guests sitting around, easily 2-3 portions out of that. Same thing here. We want to show everything, all that hard work underneath. All right, a few more radishes on top, and I think we're going to be in business here. Just throw a few. We want to make sure it falls casually, it doesn't look contrived. And let's get some herbs going here as well. We'll pull from our nice beautiful bunch here, some fresh cilantro. All right. And then whenever we do the herbs, we want to make them look almost as if they're still growing out of the plate, right? So we still want the stems in there. We want to almost kind of let them casually fall, but so as if they're almost growing out of that succotash. And maybe a little squeeze of salmon over here. We're gonna leave this one on the side there. How about that? And this guy, a little more of the crema on the top. All right. Cascading off the side a little bit. So there you have a couple different interpretations. Let's get our little plate wipe. So here in the plating techniques we're talking about with this episode, we're keeping everything circular, so everything is going to kind of follow that pattern. We're keeping lots of negative space always, super important. And you can really see how it makes that dish pop, makes it kind of elevated off of the dish, even though this is down into a bowl. Same thing with this, that negative space really kind of contours everything, cradles it nicely, lets it know everything's going to be all right. And that's it. You have your blackened salmon with succotash and a lime crema. Enjoy. All right guys, who doesn't love bread pudding? We're gonna do this with a little bit of a twist. We're gonna make a churro style bread pudding. So we're gonna have some cinnamon in there, got some sweetened condensed milk, a little chocolate ganache to drizzle over the top when we're done. It's gonna be great, check it out. So we just have some rustic bread, a little baguette that we got. We baked it off earlier. And in here we have some bourbon, because bourbon is great in any dish that you make, and a little bit for the chef as well, why not? Some cinnamon just to go in the base as well, a little vanilla extract, and then in here we just have our sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna add just a half a cup of sugar, mix it all together. We're gonna make little small individual sized bread pudding cups, because why not? Everything looks fancier when it's tiny, so that's actually the only reason why. All right, you wish you could smell that? You can smell the bourbon coming through, the cinnamon. That alone is enough to bring you to dinner. All right, here we go. Call that good. Mix it together. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt as well. Once again, everything needs salt, and just a little bit more of our bread pudding custard mix, we'll call it. All right. We're also gonna add a few of these hazelnuts for some texture when it's done. Maybe not classic with the churros, but cut me a break here, okay? It'll be great. All right. All right, when we come back, we're gonna throw it in there. We're gonna let it set, marinate, soak into that bread. It'll be delicious. All right, so we've let this set for about 30 minutes to an hour, so the bread is really gonna absorb all of that custard mixture that we put all the love into. We've got some nice 6-ounce ramekin souffle cups. You could totally do this in a larger container if you had a family picnic, something like that, but we're gonna make it cute. Pinky up food is always tiny, so why not? We're gonna hold it over the bowl so it doesn't drip all over the place. We're gonna mound it a little bit high, smash it down in there, and don't be afraid. There we go. One bread pudding. There you have the next one here. We're just gonna kind of push it down as we go along. And we want every bit of space in there filled up. Let's see, what else could you put in here? We could do some bananas, some raisins. Really no limit. Give it a nice little compression there. Tuck it in for bed at night. Read it a bedtime story. All right, we're gonna throw these into our oven and see what happens. All right, when we come back, they're gonna come out, they're gonna be golden brown, delicious. We're making a chocolate ganache over here. We just have some chocolate, 80%, some heavy cream, and that's it. We're gonna make a ganache with it. We're gonna dust it with some cocoa powder and some cinnamon to give it that churros kind of effect. Stay tuned. All right, are you ready? The bread puddings are. We're gonna take them out of the oven, garnish them with a little ganache here, some cinnamon, some cocoa powder. The rest is history. Let's check it out. All right, look at that. Doesn't get much more beautiful than that. That's the stuff dreams are made of. Super hot. I've heard hot things are hot, so stay away, be careful. We're gonna use this spoon just to take it, put it on its final resting place. Yes, a bowl on a plate. Super 1987, but what are you gonna do, right? All right, we're gonna get this out of the way. And so this is our chocolate ganache. All it is literally just equal parts heavy cream and chocolate. That's it, easy. Normally for churros, you would have the little chocolate sauce that you would dip it into, and that's what this is. That's what we're imitating here. All right, we just heated it over a double boiler. We want to make sure that the bowl does not dip down into the water or it'll crystallize the chocolate, but rather just the steam only is hitting it, right? Just mix it up, velvety smooth. All right, are you getting excited? Give this a nice little mix and we're ready to go. That is the money shot, as they say. We're gonna put a little bit on the side because why not? It looks beautiful on the plate. We can take a spoonful, we can dip it around, get some of that bread pudding in there. My mouth is watering already. And here we go. Some cocoa powder. Because why not? And then we just have some cinnamon. We're gonna pour it through a little strainer here. Just tap it in. Tap it in. That, my friends, will make anybody happy on any day. That's our churros bread pudding with chocolate ganache, cocoa powder, and cinnamon. Dig in. All right, thanks for checking us out today on The Art of Plating. We talked about a few fundamentals that's going to take your plating game to the next level. We made the salmon with the succotash. We also made the churros bread pudding. We're going to have that ready to go. Check it out. The light little chocolate ganache on the top, the cinnamon, the bread, the hazelnuts. Can't go wrong. Let's take a bite. All right, so we want to make sure we've got the nice golden brown, ooey gooey goodness. We have the sweetened condensed milk in there. All right, see if we can get it to stay on the fork there. I'm so excited. They'll come back for more for that, for sure. Stay tuned for the next episode.